What's up guys? Welcome back to another drink video. Today, with a little help from my new friend Pritika, we will be showing you just how wine is made. So let's get right into it. All great wine starts from having great vineyards. Wine grapes are harvested at different times and different places across the world. The key to harvest is to have the grapes at just the right sugar content, acidity, and ripeness. After the grapes are harvested, they are brought into our winery where we let them cool and rest overnight. The following morning, we begin by running the grapes through a pressure destemmer. This machine takes the grapes and pulls them off the stem and creates a must of the skin, seeds, and juice. After creating the must, the winemaking process changes depending for the type of the wine. For most white wines, the must is pumped straight into our bladder press. Our press, once full, will begin to press all of the juice out of the must by filling its inner bladder with water. This process takes about an hour. As you can see, the only thing coming out of the sides of the press is juice. This juice is then pumped into a stainless steel tank to begin fermentation. We pump the must straight into a tank. 7 to 14 days later, we then will put this must through the press and back into a different tank. Fermentation is the process of adding yeast to wine, and this is what comes next. The yeast will eat the sugars in the wine to create alcohol, CO2, heat, and different flavors. This process can take anywhere from 4 to 60 days, depending on the varietal of grape and the winemaker's choice. After fermentation, there will still be particles and sediments in the wine. This is when we begin clarification. The two main processes to clarify a wine. We begin by adding a clay-like substance that is a clarifying substance. This pulls all the floating particles to the bottom of the tank. We then rack the wine from one tank to another and use a simple filter in between. You must be careful with how powerful of a filter you use, as it can also pull flavors and aroma out of the wine. We then leave the wine to age in a tank. Most commonly, and especially for red wines, we will move the wine into an oak barrel. Wines are commonly left in oak barrels for 12 to 18 months, but are occasionally left in them for much longer. The final step in all of this is bottling. Bottling the wines begins by pumping the aged wine into our filling machine. After the filling machine does its thing and fills the bottle, we place it in the corking machine, then in the capping machine, and lastly through the labeler. From here, the wine is ready to be enjoyed.